In 1 minute, we'll go live.
It has gone live now.
Now it has gone live. So good evening, everyone. On behalf of IIP Navi Mumbai and Adolescent Health Academy Navi Mumbai, we are welcoming you all, parents as well as teachers and participants, to this special World Obesity Day celebration. Teen, Teens Talk Health Beyond the Weighing Scale. First, let me invite Dr. Mangai Sinha. She is President IIP Navi Mumbai to say a few words. Dr. Mangai, please.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Kalyani. At the outset, on behalf of Navi Mumbai IIP, let me welcome all of you to today's webinar, or rather, I should say, a heart-to-heart conversation with our kids on obesity. We all know that in the recent years, we are facing a sudden, unproportionate increase in obesity, leading to a lot of diseases like diabetes, hypertension, or even cardiac arrest in young children or in young people. We all, doctors, parents, teachers, and the children themselves, are all responsible for all our health. Today's webinar is just to understand from your own words or your own word how you see this and how to practice. So in order to overcome any situation, we have to understand it fully. So that is the effort behind today's webinar. And we have two our moderators for today, Dr. Amog and Dr. Kalyani, who have planned and curated this entire webinar. They are also experts. But the star of today are our kids, our bold children who have accepted our invitation and come up boldly. Let us enter their world to help us understand and see this problem from what they feel. So thank you to all our children. Thank you, Manyata, Anagraha, Shriya, Anagraj, Hridyansh, and all the other children who have joined here. Please feel free to us and let's have a heart talk on obesity. So, Dr. Kalyani, please continue.
Thank you, Dr. Mangai, for the encouraging words. And we have another expert with us. We are blessed to have Dr. Geeta Patil, ma'am. She is ex-chairperson, Adolescent Health Academy, India. So we are happy to have you, ma'am. Please bless us with few encouraging words. Geeta Patil, ma'am.
Welcome, ma'am. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you very much for giving opportunity. I think without the involvement of children and adolescents, we cannot achieve certain things. And it's really a great initiative involving them. I think I'm not taking the name of Anagraj, then Anargya, and Vidyansh, then Manyata, Shriya, all being here and telling their just talking among each other is not going to solve the problem, as everybody is telling. So if we know their perspective and what they feel, we will take a better action to reduce this rising demon that is obesity, overweight, as we know that as experts that it is increasing. But when we tell them to change the lifestyle or reduce the screen time, sleep well, eat healthy food, what they feel about that, it's a very nice to hear from them. And I know Dr. Amok and Dr. Kalyani, I think your all programs or your reels, they're really informative and useful for everyone. We share in the parents group, we share in the community groups, that will be helpful to everyone. Thank you very much for giving me opportunity. Wish you all the best. Thanks again.
Thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. And thank you for the encouraging words. And as very rightly said by Dr. Geeta Patil, ma'am, that it is not just we adults discussing about obesity. We need to understand what young people are thinking, what are their challenges. So we are very fortunate to have these young kids with us. And I am sure today's session is going to be a blast for all of us. So why this is so important, that because we always talk about childhood obesity and adults usually talk about statistics, then diets, then exercise, then charts. But today we are doing something different, because we adults are not talking about teenagers. Teenagers are going to talk about what they feel about obesity, what are their experiences, what are their pressures and their ideas about health. Because we can talk and talk about, but what the person who need to change needs to get involved in such conversations, and that is the purpose of today's talk. And we are very happy to have you all here today. And now I request my co-moderator Dr. Amok Shahane to please introduce our excellent team of young people here who have joined us today for this encouraging conversation.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Kalyani. We are very delighted to have all the esteemed guests, Dr. Geeta Patil ma'am, and the stars of today are very delighted, and these kids are really talented. I was just going through their hobbies. So we have bloggers, we have creative people here, we have sports people with us. So it's basically a big basket of talented kids with us today. So it would be my pleasure to introduce each one of you. So I would like to start with introducing Manyata. Manyata is 14 years old. She's studying in grade 9 and she has hobbies of reading, painting. She likes gardening and singing. So we have a multi-talented child with us today. Welcome, Manyata. You can just raise your hand. Yes. Then we have with us Anarghya. Hi, Anarghya. Anarghya is 17 years old. She's studying in class 11th and she pursues dancing, singing. She likes photography and we have a designer also amongst us today. So welcome Anarghya on the platform. Then also joining with us is Shriya, who is 15 years old. She's studying in class 10th, and we're really grateful that even though she's studying in class 10, she has given us 1 hour of her precious time before exam. So thank you so much, Shriya, for that. And Shriya actively pursues sports even in her 10th grade. She plays fencing very well, and I've myself seen the laurels which she gets for her school in multiple activities. And she loves cooking. That's really great. And she loves painting too. Then we have Ridhyan Shukla with us, a young champ, 9 years old, studying in class 4th. And he also loves sports. Fencing, he loves. He has won medals both at the state and the national level in fencing. And he also pursues drawing and he loves drama. So we have an actor amongst us over here. And we have Anagraj, the bacha of the team, who's age 11. I think Ridyansh is younger to him, but then they both are really cute. Age 11, Anagraj, he's studying in class 5. I cannot see Anagraj. Yeah, he's here. And he loves reading, gaming, badminton, and his father just told me that he does his own vlogs. So wow, we have really a multi-talented bunch of kids over here, and it's amazing to have you guys talk about something so happening nowadays, and that is about obesity. So we're really grateful to have you on the platform. Please share your views. Ekdam dil se khul ke, no judgment over here, and we would love to hear your views. So we would like to now proceed with the session further. So Dr. Kalyani has something in store for us, which is supposedly a surprise even for me. So let's go ahead with the program.
Yeah, as we all are excited here to join today's conversation. We all know that obesity is something so much serious to discuss. As Dr. Mangai already has said, that it has become a epidemic now, and all over the world as well as India is leading in this epidemic of obesity in adults as well as children. So it is not just something which is affecting you cosmetically. It has got a lot of health implications. Like if you are not controlling your weight or not managing your health, what you are at risk of are different type of lifestyle diseases. Like we all know, type 2 diabetes, blood pressure, heart ailments, then liver diseases, there are sleep issues and so on. And not only the physical risk, as we all know, it has also mental health issues, then it affects your confidence, your self-image, and so on. So this conversation about obesity is going to be really an enlightening conversation for all of us, because we want to know what you people think about it and what are your ideas, what we all together can do for controlling this epidemic. And I have a surprise for all of you. We are going to start with a rapid fire session. So these three questions are just to warm up, right? So I will be asking these questions to each one of you. Each one of you will answer it one by one. The same question, I want you people answer one by one. Okay,
And
fine?
even the audience can put their answers in the
Yeah.
chat box.
And the audience, we want to involve audience also. So young people in the audience, please put your answers in the chat box. As our panelists finish, we will be taking look at the answers in the chat box. Ready, everyone? Okay. So just go with your heart. Don't be calculative while answering, even if the answer is not what you call it as correct. What you feel you should answer. Okay. So the first question is, if you had to choose one forever, right? This is forever, huh? Play outside or watch your favorite show on screen. Which one would you pick? So we start with Anarghya.
I would definitely pick going outside because right now I'm in grade 11th and it's really hard to make time to go outside and play because of all the pressure from the studies.
Great.
And I think it's really important that we, start to play and have fun.
Great. What about Anagraj?
I would choose going to play outside because instead of just staying at home and also watching a show, we can also have different types of fun by also playing outside, which can also make us fit and active.
Anita?
I would definitely choose playing outside because interacting with people, engaging in different activities is going to help me both stay physically fit and emotionally. It'll help me connect with people and help my social interactions as well.
Vidyansh?
I would like to play outside because I'm very active and I like to play with my friends and all.
Good. Shreya?
I would like to stay inside and watch my favorite show because
Wow.
it's
That
not
was
like,
some honest answer, huh? We can say.
yeah, because it's not like I don't like to engage in physical activity, but sometimes I just feel like sitting back and relaxing. So I would choose to stay inside and watch my favorite show.
Great, great.
We have one answer in the chat box. Some people are being very diplomatic. Somebody has written playing outside. I guess many
Yeah.
people don't want to share that. Maybe they love to stay indoors also.
Yes, yes. But it's good to hear from you all people. Many of you choose to go outside. So ready for the second question? What is the one snack you love so much that you could eat it every day? Okay, Anarghya?
For me, it would definitely be eating oats.
Oh,
There
oh
is
my
this one
God.
specific, masala oats that, come in the market. And
Okay.
I absolutely love eating that. So I think if I were to choose, I would definitely choose oats.
Great. Anagraj?
I would choose idli.
Good. Manyata?
I would choose roasted makhana, the ones which are roasted in ghee and different spices. They taste absolutely amazing.
Good. Ridhyansh?
I would like to eat namkeen because the spices and all, I love it.
Yes. And Shreya?
Mangoes.
Wow. Nobody said chocolates. I mean, you're kids. You could have said chocolates. ये बहुत healthy चीजें बता रहे हो सब लोग, हाँ? Okay, fine. Let's move to third question. What is the one thing that changes your mood instantly? Amargya?
For me, it would be music. I think music has a really big impact on my life and my confidence and my mood. So I really think music, yeah.
Anagraj?
For me, it would be playing outside for a little bit and also gaming a little bit, so it can help me feel more relaxed.
Manyata?
I would say sketching cute figures. It instantly helps lift my mood, and I can also do something productive at the same time, change my entire cycle.
Vidyansh?
Like again, even I like gaming and all, playing video games.
Okay, fine. So video games are your mood lifters. Okay.
We
And
have some
Shreya?
answers here. Huh? Yeah,
For
Shreya.
me, it would be playing with my brother.
Are
Playing
you
or
will
fighting?
you be playing games or you will be
Fighting
playing?
with each other, wrestling.
No, yes. Not video games.
Okay, fine, fine.
We have some answers in the chat box. There are people who enjoy drawing and
Great.
dancing because it makes them happy, and playing cricket because I'm also in the cricket academy. And Dr. Galand, I would also like to answer the second question when all of these kids were talking about healthy. So my weak point is basically samosas. So I would love to have samosas.
Great, great. So everybody knows what is the weak point, right? So this was just a warm up. Now we move to our actual session, which we want you people to be really honest and tell your answers with all your heart. Don't have any fear of judgment, and let's go ahead and ask those questions to these champs. Dr. Amok.
Yeah. Also, the audience, if you have any questions you want to ask any of the panelists, or just you want to discuss any point, you can please put it in the chat box. So after all the session is over, the question answers, then we will take the questions. So my first question is to Manyata. So when you hear the word healthy, so what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
Mom, when I hear the word healthy, the first thing which pops up into my mind is an energetic person who is mentally and physically stable. Because, as per what I have observed in my understanding, being healthy doesn't just refer to being slim or looking in a certain way. It refers to being active and being healthy and being self reliant or doing your things on your own. So, a healthy person in that way is someone who has a fit body and a fit mindset and has a good lifestyle choices. I would like to give a small example. Like, in order to perform different tasks, like if we say swimming or jogging, running, or trekking, we require a person to have proper stamina and good willpower. In such a case, appearance doesn't matter a lot. So, similarly, whenever a person has to perform the day to day activities, being thin is not equivalent to being fit. So I would like to say that in short, being healthy implies to having a balanced life where one can be physically well, he has mental well-being and also has positive habits and a good lifestyle. So this is what healthy sums up for me.
Great, great. But then, like, if you look around you, a lot of kids of your age or things which they see, and maybe sometimes even adults keep labeling them with different, terminologies, healthy, unhealthy, or maybe chubby, or you can just say, khate pite ghar ke, vagara vagara. So then, how do you think you should handle this kind of labeling? Because adults do it all the time, and sometimes even kids face it in maybe in the school. So then how would you try to get out of such a situation?
I have not precisely faced this, but yeah, many of my friends have actually faced this. And I think in that moment, what they require more is a sort of validation which they get from their friends or nearby people saying that what the other person is saying doesn't matter. We should try to tell them that they are perfect just exactly the way they are. And maybe we can also try to tell those who keep on putting these labels that every person's body is different. The way it reacts is different, and the way how people feel about their own body is different. So putting such labels will affect them mentally. And many a times people don't take it in a positive way. So we should try to convince them to stop doing it and motivate those who are subjected to such labels that they are perfect the exact way they are. And they should try to improve themselves the way they want to. They should become their better versions, not what someone else wants them.
Exactly. Like basically asking them to focus more
Yes,
on their strengths.
right.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Moving on to the same question, we will be asking Anagya. We now are discussing these kind of labeling or body shaming, or we can call it as they will put you names. Mostly it comes from your peers, and it is sometimes very embarrassing or intimidating. Have you ever been in such situation, or have you have so how was your way of handling any kind of such experience you may had?
I have had such an experience as a teenager at some point, but like whether it will be like comments from people or either comparison on social media, it's just about not fitting into a certain standard or an ideal body type. It just makes people self-conscious. As for me, it made me really self-conscious. And over the time, I have realized that being healthy is just not trying to fit into someone else's idea of, ideal, or someone else's standard. It's just you trying to become a better version of yourself, like Manyata said. It's just becoming healthier, being a better version of yourself. That's what I have realized.
Yeah, absolutely well said. And being better version of yourself every day also helps. You need not have a particular timeline. If I am better what I was than yesterday, then it is also an achievement. And when we are talking about peer pressure, then it is also one, I think everybody should understand that a peer group which is forcing you, labeling you, judging you, then you should also understand how to handle these kind of peers, and you can always choose whom you want to go with. So this also helps to create, when you are surrounded by people who are encouraging, who are not judging, then definitely it helps you achieve your goals, may it be academic or even health related, right? Thank you so much.
Yes, it's about choosing yourself every day instead of expecting other people to choose you. You choose yourself every day, and that's how you become the best version of yourself. Very well said, Anargya. So moving on to Shreya. Shreya, do you think being thin is the same as being healthy?
No, it's not the same as being healthy. Being thin is not the same as being healthy because a person might be thin, but they might not be having enough stamina to perform certain tasks and engage in physical activities. They might not be having a balanced diet, maybe consuming balanced diet. That's why they are thin. A healthy person is someone who is fit, who has a proper nutrition intake. So it's not equivalent to being healthy.
Yes, because like sometimes we've seen children who under the, maybe peer pressure or the pressure to look thinner, because there was a big thing about zero figure in between, even in Bollywood. So a lot of teenage girls used to actually, try to embodify that thing which was made more popular because it was the trend. So they had completely stopped eating food or skipping meals. So like how Shreya said, being healthy by being thin is not being fit. So you have to concentrate on the caloric intake, your physical activity, how much sleep you're getting, what are the things you're putting into your body, and overall your mental well-being. That is very important. Very well said.
Yes, very well said, Shreya. Next, I want to ask Hridayansh, how is your day look like? What are your waking up time? How you go to school? What time you go to school? How much time you spend on screens?
Okay, when I wake up in the morning, I eat some soaked dry fruits, and then I do my basic routine. And then after that, I eat fruits and like get ready for my school. And then at almost like 7:30 or something, my bus comes, so I go to the stop. And in breakfast, I eat basic things like poha and all. And for lunch, I eat normal roti sabzi, not nothing like more exaggerated. And for dinner, sorry, when I come to school, I have some extra classes, so I attend them, and like I do my homework and all. After that, I do my screen time, that is around 1 hour or something. And yeah, my screen time is just like 1 hour, 1.5 hour. And I play fencing, football, and sometimes go to my society and play badminton with my friends. I basically play for around 2 hours or something. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing, amazing routine, Ridhyansha. So what I want to just why I put this question here is that many times children are so much overwhelmed and parents are so overwhelmed about their routines. But if those routines have been fixed and they are having a dedicated time for play, then it is possible to do a certain time physical activity. है ना? जैसे Ridhyansh is doing badminton, he's doing fencing, he's doing a lot. So what is important if you stick to your routines, like if I'm sticking my screen time is only 1 hour, then I do get time for my homework also and for my physical activity. Ridhyansh, one thing you were saying you eat roti sabzi and all. You don't eat pizza or anything like that?
I eat that all in moderate amount and occasionally.
Yes, yes, that's great. That's great. So we are not saying that you are never going to eat junk food, but what is important is that moderation, and along with that, if you are having good healthy food like vegetables, fruits, salads, and all the protein carbs daily, then you will digest that pizza better, right? Otherwise, it will bring you a tummy pain. Yeah.
But still, kids being kids, like, at that age or even now, we all love, because we are Indians, we are foodies, so we like our, golgappe and kachori and pizzas. And also, Dr. Kalyani, I would like to know how often, as a maybe as a child or even as an adult, how often is junk food allowed in our diet?
Yes, this is a very important question. If we see the guidelines, if a child is growing as per his age, his weight, height, his stamina, his health is good, then once in a week junk is allowed, not more than that. But if another child of similar age who is already overweight or who is struggling with some health issues, so definitely that kind of junk also should not be allowed to that child. So the reason to tell here is that this will change as per your age, your weight, and also the health condition you are having. So if you are regularly eating healthy food daily, then you can have once in a week, right? That is allowed. But if you are struggling with your weight, then you will have to cut down on these extra calories like pizzas or fried foods like samosas, then pani puri. These you need to cut down.
Yeah, ma'am, nobody can resist these junk foods and all.
Yes,
Everybody likes it. But
yes, yes.
if you want to eat, you have to eat in occasionally and moderate amounts.
Yeah, one more point is here that how your family look at the food is also important. What is your family food culture also matters, right? Because if you are having a lot of packed foods in your house, like you have chocolates, you have biscuits, you have these all kind of snacks, salted snacks, they are always there in your house, you are more likely to indulge in that. So I request parents to you avoid these kind of foods in house. When you want, you can have them occasionally, but if they are there in front of your eyes in house, available all throughout the week, it is definitely difficult to control. To cut down your grocery ultra processed foods, then it is definitely going to help to everyone control their weights.
So, Ridyansh, do you have any idea why junk foods are bad?
I think these junk foods are bad because they have very bad things on like palm oil and other things. You can also switch to alternatives if you can't resist them.
Yeah, they
Right.
have palm oil, they have a lot of preservatives, they have chemicals which actually cause cancer, they have emulsifiers. And if you try to read the nutrition label, you'll get a list of chemicals which is actually like a dustbin being like a garbage. So we're putting a lot
Mhm.
of kachra in the tummy instead of nutritious food. So
Right.
nutrition label reading is also very, very important.
Ma'am, even the things like in my school, like in exams, there is gonna be a chapter called as digestion, and in that there is told that there is hidden sugars and all.
Right.
That
Right.
if you eat lots of chocolates, you need to first see the label, like how much chocolates it.
Yes. And do you think it's wise or a good idea to distribute chocolates or sweets for birthday in the school? Do you think that practice has to be changed? I'm not saying that you have to distribute healthy food, or do you think something else can be done instead of distributing chocolates on birthdays in schools?
Instead of chocolates, you can give to the teachers like those small plants that they come. So you
Right.
can spread awareness of these plants and all.
Great. We have a lot of creative kids with us today.
Yes. A lot of ideas.
Yeah. Next question is to Manyata. So, Manyata, how do you think social media affects how we feel about our body? Even adults face this, to be honest. So, if you can throw some light on this.
Ma'am, I would love to discuss about this topic because a lot of my friends have also been affected in a significant way by social media. So, social media definitely has an impact on how people see their body or how they feel about their body. Because primarily, the various posts which are made by people who are already slim firstly affect people because they feel insecure about themselves. The different unhealthy comments which are placed by people on social media, or the unrealistic beauty standards which are even popularized by several influencers, cause people to feel inferior, and they start to be dissatisfied by their own body, and they start comparing themselves with others, which I feel is completely wrong, because everyone has a different body and they should be satisfied with what they have. Additionally, you had also mentioned earlier about the Bollywood trend which occurred. So, as a part of it, several people have, followed such strict diets which are not good for their body. They've not studied previously about the health implications, and they followed them. So, that has also caused a lot of effect on their health. So, social media does have a negative impact. But at the same time, being a medium of spreading information, it has also had a positive impact, because there are people and social media handles which spread positivity, and which teach people about self acceptance and a healthy lifestyle. I would say I have not been affected by all of this because I do not have any social media accounts and I spend my time doing other useful things. But in general, if I have to say, yes, people should not be affected by all of these beauty trends, because they should start focusing on how they feel about their body rather than how they look. They should try to follow the right content, take inspiration from the right people, and imbibe a good, healthy lifestyle. So it's about how we interpret the content, how we decide to react to it and respond to it, which determines the impact that social media has.
Great points. Ridyansh, you want to add something?
Yeah, she has put in a very great point that you should treat how your body like feels, not that being influenced with people.
But very sadly, I should say that sometimes adults are not that, empathetic, and they are quite insensitive. So it has happened sometimes ki maybe not our parents, but maybe our own cousins or siblings, have been targeted by adults about, getting compared. So in such a situation, what do you think? How should we convince our parents as to not compare their kids regarding their weight or height or their looks or anything for that matter?
Manyata?
Uh, Ma'am, I think the main reason why they compare about this is because of the standards which are set. They just, like many of us have mentioned earlier, that the idea of a certain standard is what compels people to try to fit into it. So when we try to expand that idea and maybe teach people that being healthy is not just being slim, but it's about being fit, maybe the way or the frequency at which people continuously compare others will reduce. Also, we must try to tell them that everybody is different. Everyone has different ways of getting things. So being obese is not exactly that person's fault. And there are different ways, little lifestyle changes which can be done in order to help reduce weight and become fit. So if we start educating people about these different lifestyle changes, maybe they'll stop comparing about they'll stop comparing people and start imbibing these qualities, these lifestyle choices, and that will significantly reduce the rate at which these comparisons happen. This is what I feel.
Yes, definitely. It should be like a role modeling by the parents also.
Yeah,
How you said we have to go to the root cause of the problem, and everybody should work as a team and
team.
not just target the child for being obese or thin.
Yeah.
Very well said.
Expanding on this question only, I like to ask Anagya. But Manyata is a kid who is a resilient kid. She has her own thought process. She is intelligent enough to understand that this is the people around me or the peer around me. What they are saying about my body is not correct. I need to respect myself. But there are many teenagers who are not that resilient, or they have some other emotional issues. So many times they will fall prey to this pressure. So like to ask Anargya, does the pressure sometimes to look in a certain way will help teenager to eat differently or to exercise differently?
I feel like the pressure definitely exists, especially for teenagers. I have experienced that. And of course, social media and beauty standards will make it seem like you have to fit in at any cost. But we have to realize as kids, as teenagers, that health should not just be a size or an ideal, it should be about a person's lifestyle. Sometimes unhealthy eating habits such as starving oneself or over exercising, over dieting, not eating properly, not getting enough sleep, or not having enough water, this definitely affects one person. And the pressure definitely exists for teenagers, for everybody, I feel, just not teenagers, even for young people, young adults, or children who have access to internet, social media. Obviously, these kind of handles and videos do reach the kids, and the pressure definitely is there. But it's our duty as peers to them to teach them that that's not how it should be. It should be up to you how you take it upon yourself.
Absolutely, you said very well. One point I wanted to highlight here that whoever is going through these kind of difficult situation, we also need to create an environment where that person feel heard and come forward and will say whatever he is going through. So whenever a person is struggling emotionally or is under peer pressure, or there are a lot of things which are going around him, if the environment around him, like parents, family, friends, are conducive, are comfortable, then that child will definitely go to an adult and say, see, this is bothering me, this is something that is affecting me. So when that these all thoughts will come forward, then a mature adult will be able to help that kid. But many times what happens in the families and in the environment also, there is lack of communication between parents and teens, and also teachers, teens, or in the peer group, the conversations are basically focused on something which is popular, something which is trendy, something which is going on, which is hype, right? So these kind of conversations, but still I like to add one point. The generation now is a really a good generation which is thinking about their emotional health. They are coming forward, they are talking about it, and we really feel good that people are talking about emotional health. So whenever we are talking about obesity, it matters that we are talking about what that teen is feeling, and first validating him, clearing his thoughts, helping him, supporting him. Then these kind of social media pressure, peer pressure will definitely will not affect, or will decrease the, we will be able to decrease the overall impact on that teen.
I totally agree with you, Dr. Kalyani, because if you can look at the scenario, if we were going to have such kind of a session during our times, I'm definitely sure that we would not be able to do this program because we weren't conditioned to
Agree.
come out with our own, like how you said that communication, validation, and we would try to just hide things under the carpet, and we never thought about our mental health and emotional health. So actually, it's a big hats off to these children and people who have joined who to have a healthy discussion about obesity and good health. So actually, kudos to all of you to pat yourself on the back. And the other thing I just wanted to say was, like Anargya was talking about labeling and all, like the parents have to be, empathetic, and the kids also have to be empathetic. So unless you create that kind of an environment, communication, without communication, these things are not going to come outside. So it's basically communication and empathy, which we need to keep focusing on. So moving on, Shreya, what is the one comment about your body you wish people would stop making?
Thankfully, I'm not surrounded by such people, but I have a friend of mine who is very slim, and a lot of my friends label her as a skeleton, or maybe they pass such comments as if does she eat air in her diet? Does she include just air? But however, we must understand that it's not her fault that she is built in that way. She's just not built like she is not able to maybe gain muscle. Maybe she is healthy, but she's just slim. Her build is that way, so we should not highlight such things. And even if someone is maybe she might not be keeping well or something like that, we should not highlight their physical appearance and make them feel undermined. Because at the end of the day, we never know that we are just passing these comments as a joke, but the other person might be really affected by it, and we never know what they might be going through because of it.
Because not everybody gets that kind of a peer group or support system. So nowadays we have a lot of school counselors, and there's availability of these services where children can actually go up to them and have an honest conversation, which is usually confidential, which is private, they can share their viewpoints. Only thing is, people have a lot of stigma or maybe a hesitancy to approach the counselor or a trusted adult. So maybe as parents ourselves or our as pediatricians, we would definitely encourage kids or anybody with such issues to approach a trusted person. It can be a family member, it could be a close friend, it could be your own teacher in the school, so that once you start venting it out, that's how we can find solutions to that. Thank you so much, Ria.
Yeah. Next, we move to Anagraj. I would like to ask you, what actually helped you feel better about your health? What are you doing to keep healthy?
Means to keep healthy, I am also regularly going down to play, which can also make me feel less bored and also feel uh, less that I am becoming fit. I'm going down to play. I'm becoming fit. I'm eating healthy. So that is some things that I feel about myself. Like I'm healthy.
Yes. So what we are discussing now is feeling healthy is not just about your body. You are able to sleep well. You are able to perform your routines well. You have a good stamina to do all your regular activities, physical play, right? Your appetite is good. You're able to digest your food well. So these all things are part of a health, right? And this will happen when you are doing, like we were previously discussing, you are having following a good routines, right? If there is a day when you let's say you have holidays, right? 4 5 days holidays, and now there is one game which has come up, and you really want to cross level and you want to gain a lot of points on your account, right? And maybe on that day you sit for 5 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours straight gaming on your laptop or whichever device. uh, how do you feel after that? I just wanted to, I'm curious to know. Have
Because
you done that? Have you done that anytime?
no.
Binge
Okay,
gaming?
that's good.
No?
Means I spend only a little bit of my time gaming, like half
Okay,
of my screen time only gaming. So
okay, fine, fine, fine. So why I was discussing this? Because there are many teenagers who are coming to us now who started gaming as a hobby, and now they are not able to control that time, right? Because do you know what is dopamine? Do you know?
uh, I think dopamine means feeling more excited or happy.
Yes, yes, absolutely. So dopamine is the hormone which gets secreted when you will achieve something, right? So, and with screens, it it's secreted very easily. So you will get a dopamine hits when you are winning in the game, है ना? So, but every time you get these hits, there is something which is called as tolerance. you need to play more to get the same amount of dopamine. So what happens that gaming sometimes which started as a hobby becomes a addiction. So this was something which we have observed with kids, right? So it is important to have routines. That's why we put this point. When you know that, yes, I am going to have screen time only for this much. I'm not going to exceed this. And I have fixed my routines like that because I have a dedicated time to play also. I have fixed time to sleep also. Then I am less likely to go into that trap. Right? Thank you so much, Anagraj.
Yeah, Dr. Kalyan, you've highlighted that point about a structured routine and how kids themselves can understand why we keep telling them ki don't, stay on screen for long or don't stay gaming for long. And like how you said, now there are so many games that sometimes even adults themselves get hooked
Right.
up. We see that, the kid and the parent themselves are playing video games or they get hooked up on it. So I guess sometimes nowadays even the kids are smart enough to understand the harmful effects. So you can also guide your own parents about dopamine and the emotional hijack which occurs because of dopamine. Great points. Now moving on to Ridhyansh. Um, what are the advantages of playing competitive sports? Because now till now we were discussing about regular play, which we pursue as just like to keep ourselves happy and engaged. But then since you are into competitive sports, I'm sure there's a different kind of a mindset, or maybe there's something else which is involved in that. So what do you think is the advantage of this?
Like to these disadvantages, like to stay fit, stay healthy, eat healthy food, so I can perform better in my competitive sports and all. So I'm fit because of my competitive sports, and I play competitive sports because I'm fit. It's an hand to hand thing. And I also have to stay always prepared for my tournaments so I can perform well, as I said before.
Yes. So like we have a lot of kids who are interested into competitive sports, but then somewhere they're not able to achieve that because either they lose out on the nutrition part, like how you said, because to play a competitive sport, you need good endurance, good stamina. So nutrition is very important, like how the sports coaches might be guiding you about your hydration, about your protein intake, and how regularly you have to take your meals by not skipping your breakfast. These are very important points to play competitive sports. And secondly, if you are good nutritionally, you get good adequate rest, good sleep, hydrated well, the chance of injuries are less. Because in any competitive sports, there is a very big hurdle which affects a sports person, and that is injuries. Because if you're injured, you're off the field for at least 2 to 3 weeks, which brings you to square one again. So people who are into competitive sports, who want to pursue, we would always tell them to focus more on the nutrition part, your rest part, and then you can perform better and get a good place in the team sport. So thank you, Ridyansh, for your inputs on competitive sports.
Yes, now we are talking
You're
about
welcome.
we need to have a routine for physical activity. But nowadays, you people have schedules like they are horrible. You have so long school hours, then you have tuitions, you have classes, you have additional classes. So I like to ask Anagraj, do exams, homework make it difficult for you people to focus on your health habits?
Means, yeah, it does because uh, we when we go to school, we also get homework. So we also spend most of our hours of our day on education. Um, and when it's right now, it's currently exam season for most of us right now. So it's also a little stressful because now study is now double because we have to give exams in 1 or 2 days. So I think it is uh, yeah, it's a little difficult for us to focus on healthy habits.
Yes, absolutely. So these routines, which are demanding exams, then homeworks. But one point again, I like to make it here. What we are discussing from the starts, if you have a routine, if you are doing your homeworks daily, if you are punctual with your assignment, if you are studying for your exam throughout, So more likely that you will be able to take some time out even during these stressful days for your physical activity. A simple suggestion to you people, that whenever you are studying or whenever you are not able to go out, you can do it at home. You can do 5 to 10 jumping jack in between your study sessions. You can move around the house. You can do small activities. Like sitting for a longer duration is really, really harmful. And because you don't feel like you are doing your work, you don't feel that you are doing anything wrong, right? That's absolutely fine. But when you sit for 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours at stretch, that is causing a lot of damage to your health. So at home, what you can do, you can have a skipping rope, you can do jumping jack, right? These are the things where you don't need to go to ground for a play, but still you can do some type of physical activity, and you can schedule your studies. That will definitely help you to take some time out, right? Okay.
Yeah, one more thing, Dr. Kalyani, I would like to ask. What I've seen is a lot of kids nowadays, they're having issues with concentration during studies. Like how you said, they sit for 3 hours, 4 hours, and they're studying. So then they, after some time, maybe their concentration grasping is not, helping them, or they're not able to do it for long hours. So any study techniques you would like to suggest,
Yeah.
especially before exams, to keep the motivation?
Yeah, there are different study techniques which are there. And specifically, if you are talking about attention or focus, then what I was talking, if you are reading for 1 hour, 1.5 hour, without taking a break, then your brain is most likely to get exhausted. So what is advised is a technique which is called as Pomodoros. You must have heard about it. So what Pomodoros tells us, it tells us to break your study into sessions. The smaller Pomodoro is reading for 25 minutes and taking a 5 minutes break. And a bigger Pomodoro will be 45 to 50 minutes study, then 10 minutes break. So this you can do, and during that break, most importantly, you should not watch screens. Why? Because while you are, कैसा लगता है अभी 2 घंटा पढ़ लिया, I can watch 10 minutes of phone ना. You think like that, na? But what happens is your brain was busy with some work, and now if you are giving screen to that brain, then your focus and attention is more likely to go down rather than get better. What is advised is you go out if possible. Not possible, go to your gallery, look at an object which is farthest, because when you are watching, then your eyes are constantly converging. So this is also causing impact on your vision. So when you do like this is 20-20-20 rule. We say कि after 20 minutes you need to look at 20 feet distance for at least 20 seconds. That helps the relieve the pressure on your eyes and also improves your focus. Other few techniques are, you can actually breathing techniques, breathing exercises like Brahmari pranayam, then Kapal Bhati, then Nadi Shodhan. These are scientifically proven ways. There are lot of research papers which tell us these are helpful in improving focus and memory while you are studying for a longer durations.
Yeah, but sometimes what happens is, under a lot of pressure, even if the child wants a break, as parents, especially when the child is in
Yes.
10th standard, 11th, 12th, or preparing for some competitive exam. So as parents, we keep hounding the children ki padho, 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 kitna time waste kar rahe ho. So what advice would you give to the parents over here?
So parents also need to understand that if you are involved in the parenting and you are knowing that how long your child is been studying, what is the portion he is facing, and what are the plans or what are the study sessions he has made, then you know that this child was sitting for 1 hour. He can have a break for 10 minutes. But many times it's not intentional from parent. I don't blame parents also, but it is unintentional that the only thing parent will tell is study, study, study. They will not ask that have you had your sleep, or have you had a break, or do you want to go, we can have a walk for 10 minutes. So that is something, if parent are doing, then that is going to help children to improve their productivity. If they are asked the similar question like study, study, then it is more likely that they are not going to be vocal about their troubles, and they will go into a shell.
Yes, I think at least the dinner time, the family should sit together and have So
Yes,
that they can,
very
all
small
de-stress together
conversations
without their screens,
without screens.
without TV, and to talk about anything except studies.
Right.
Because, I had heard of a webinar like this where one very senior doctor just shared that there was one child who was preparing for a competitive exam, and so much of peer pressure. The child used to say, I'm going for a walk and for a jog, and he used to put the earphones and go. But then when they came to know that on the earphone he was listening to some physics wala class
Hmm.
on the earphone, because he was like, half an hour जो भी
Right.
मैं बाहर जा रहा हूँ वो भी मुझे waste नहीं करना है. So basically mindfulness is also important. When you're eating,
Yeah.
you eat
Right.
mindfully. When you're playing, you play mindfully. And when you're studying, you study mindfully. So I think even as parents also, we should understand कि give your child space. And it's always ultimately family and teamwork, definitely.
Right.
So next is the question is for Anargya. So what is one change families can do together to support healthy habits?
I think the biggest thing families can do to support healthy habits to actually do together rather than forcing one person or one family member to follow a set of rules, a schedule. Rather do it together. So shared lifestyle is somewhat better and encouraging for the child rather than having to force it on the person, trying to make that person understand why is it important, what you need to change, what are your mistakes. It should be not forced on the kid. It starts to affect that person mentally. I think doing it together really motivates the kids nowadays, that you look up to your parents as role models. So once you start doing things together, you start building habits together. That really forms a sense of collectiveness and a sense of togetherness in between the family.
Yes, very nicely said, Anargya. It's all ultimately the role modeling by parents. And to be very honest, today's kids, they are very independent. They develop their identity also very early. Like during our times, the children were like maybe after 13, 14,
Hmm.
they used to develop an identity or they needed a sense of independence. But now we have pre-teens, like even at the
Right.
age of 8 and 9 years old, they are quite intelligent and they are quite independent. They have a lot of ideas. So as parents, we need to open up and stop being preachy to our children. We
Exactly.
are definitely there for them to guide them because our wisdom is incomparable. But then I guess we have to communicate to the child, like how Anargya said, instead of bombarding things which need to be done, they want to know why it should be done, because kids these days
Exactly.
ask a lot of questions. They question traditions. They want to know why we celebrate Mahashivratri, what is the significance, why certain things are done in the puja. Matlab, everything they want to know. So I guess it's an amazing way to bond with the child, teach them about family values, teach them about life skills, because ultimately they're going to develop those skills by watching us. So role modeling, if we read, they will read. If we are off screen, they will be off screen. And then they will understand that there is a world, beyond screens and beyond academics. So role modeling is very, very important. Very nicely said, Anargya.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well said. So when it comes to family, like we always say, have a family media plan. Like everyone follows the screen time. Then it becomes easy for everybody. Also, family meal plan. So when you are involving the teenagers in selecting the food, in the recipes, then it becomes a, a group activity. And more likely that if they are also listened, their choices are also heard, and they are absolutely intelligent, maybe they will be knowing more than parents also. So when it becomes a teamwork, it is more likely to become successful. Let the problem be anything. Next, I would like to ask Manyata, what do you think of confidence? Whether it comes only from appearances, or because we are talking about obesity, and there it's observed that many of teenagers who are overweight or obese, they face this. They have low self-esteem. They struggle with confidence. They don't socialize much. So, is it only coming from the looks, or there is something else?
Ma'am, appearance is just, I would say, one factor which affects how confident a person feels. Appearance mainly just works till an extent because it gives a person a first impression, and that first impression helps boost the confidence of a person. But it is not the only deciding factor which governs how confident a person feels. Confidence, I feel, originally stems from how capable a person is, how strong they believe about themselves, and how they work towards improving themselves. And when it comes to obesity, I think a person's looks should not determine their confidence, because because, for example, anyone who is healthy or who is a bit on the obese side may be active, may be capable of performing their own tasks by themselves, and this is a point which gives them extreme confidence. So obesity or looks do not define a person's confidence, it is what you are from within. And this is what I feel has also helped me boost my confidence, and several of my friends have also started understanding that. And this is something which everyone should at some point start to understand, which I've observed is not a prevalent idea in teenagers, because everyone just falls behind appearance. But
Right.
how you feel about yourself, how you feel about your capabilities, is what should define your confidence.
Yeah, that was very well said, Manyata. Ki, it doesn't only come from your appearances. It comes from what you are, what are your strength, what you feel about yourself. It actually comes from your healthy self-esteem. And when we talk about self-esteem, how self-esteem develops? It develops from a very early childhood. So I would like to tell parents this, that whenever you are making your child understand this, that you have this strength, this is something which is good about you, right? So when they are appreciating themselves, they are valuing their own worth, then it is less likely that they will only find appearance as a criteria for self-worth. So parents also play a very important role in developing a healthy self-esteem in a child. If parents are labeling, I have seen this, unfortunately, I have seen this, that this body shaming, labeling happening in the family itself. When parents or very near family members are body shaming or telling about weight and constantly nagging that child, then definitely that child is going to have a lot of problems of self confidence as well as self esteem. So when you tell them that it is not something, as Manyata very correctly said, yeah, it can be a one point. Definitely, it appearance is one point, but it doesn't contribute to your self-esteem. What good qualities you have? You are very kind. You are empathetic. You are very helpful. You are very genuine person. You are very caring. These are the values parents should tell. They also have contribution towards society. This is not just how you look is going to make you successful. There is lot to work on yourself, and that is definitely going to help you become a good personality. So rather than appearance, we can call it to have a good personal representation, that we can tell them by developing different type of skills, right? Academics also is not the only thing we should value in children. Many times we think ki topper hai to wow 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 very good, right? See, so academics is not the only thing which should be the criteria to value a child. So parent, if they are dealing with the child from the start and appreciating the good things and encouraging that child to pursue, achieve good skills, then definitely that child is eventually going to have a good self-esteem and good self-confidence. Thank you so much, Manyata. And we are at the end of our session. And it was a wonderful session. And kudos to all our panelists, young panelists, for giving their opinions, their insight, and such a wonderful way. And you all people were really brilliant in telling whatever you feel. I think that is a huge confidence. Maybe
I would
we
just
were
like to
feeling
add,
little bit nervous, and Amok, we were feeling
yeah, we were
nervous.
more nervous than the kids as to how it would be appreciated. I would just like to add one point what Dr. Kalyani just said. For parents, ki I've seen a lot of parents comparing even between siblings. and they have a big list of
Yes,
things
yes.
which the younger one may not be doing like the elder one, or the elder one may not be doing like the younger one. So there was a patient who was rattling off all the negative points of the elder one in front of the younger one, and then finally I just asked her ki, what do you think is a good point about the elder one? And she's like, oh, she's amazing in cooking, she bakes amazing cakes. So I said, why didn't you tell me this earlier? So as parents, we
Yes,
always focus on what things are
negative.
lacking in the child. To be very honest, nobody's a perfect parent and nobody's a perfect child.
Absolutely.
We are all working, we are all work in
Yes.
progress. We are all
Work in
working to
progress.
be good individuals so that we nurture children who, like how Dr. Kalyani said, have good self-esteem, self-confidence. Because there are some kids who are very good in academics, they may not be very good in sport. There are kids who are extremely brilliant in sports and they struggle with academics. So every child is different.
Right.
Nurture the positive parts of their children, and most importantly, you have to appreciate their efforts. Ultimately, the outcome is what is not in our hand. Appreciate the
Effort.
effort, because a child needs to feel validated. Once a child feels validated that my parent is happy with my progress, the child will definitely try to do better in the next exam or in the next project, whichever they're in for. We have one question in the chat box. Uh, Somebody has asked, what is a healthy diet one of age 10 years should have? Dr. Kalyani, you can take it.
Yeah, yeah. So, as we all know, the most recent food plate is the healthy diet consists of half of your portion of your diet should come from vegetable, fruits, salads, and 1/4 portion should be coming from protein sources like dal. If you're a non-vegetarian, you can have egg, chicken, or fish, and 1/4 portion is from carbs. So, this is the healthy plate which is for everyone. And when it comes to obesity specifically, if you want to ask ki, whoever is planning or whoever is trying to lose weight, teenagers or anybody, then the formula again remains that 80% of your weight loss is going to come from your diet. Only 20% of weight loss will come from your exercise. And this formula is same for children as well as adults. So it is very important you curate your diet. And the most important point is please avoid ultra processed foods. Those are tremendous hidden calories. If you are having them and you are trying to be eating absolutely healthy, you are following that healthy plate. But if you are having ultra processed, nothing is going to work. So that is the major point here I want to mention. Avoiding ultra processed foods is going to help you achieve healthy mind, body.
And a lot of hidden calories in juices, those sweetened
Yes.
beverages. We think Diet Coke is healthy, but it is not
No,
healthy.
no,
Sugar
it's
is a
not.
strict no-no. And like how Dr. Kalyani said, completely avoid packaged foods because they are literally causing cancers. They are affecting our brain. They're causing multiple problems at even the cellular level, lot of inflammation. So you see a lot of these
Aging, they are
diseases.
causing aging.
Yeah, aging. So basically, the longevity of our future kids is going to be lesser than our generation. That
Right,
is the very
right.
sad part
Sad part.
about childhood health, that right now. So in IAP, we have one 5210 rule, which is very easy to remember and which I think all of us can follow even as adults. So basically, what they have suggested is have at least five, servings of vegetables and fruits per day that can
Per
be distributed in different parts of your meals.
meal.
Then at less than 2 hours of screen time per day, and at least 1 hour of physical activity every day, and zero sweetened beverages and food. So this is a 5210 rule, which is can be followed very well. And one more thing I want to add is sleep is a very, very
Yes,
important
very
part
important.
about
Very
your health,
important.
which also helps in preventing obesity, because at least 8 to 10 hours of sleep will help in your hormonal regulation, in your mood regulation, in your metabolism. So whatever you do on the diet part and exercise part, if you don't get adequate sleep,
Right.
it's going to nullify your efforts.
Yeah,
So it is an underrated part, but sleep
it's
is
very
the
important.
most important part
Most
of our
important.
healthy lifestyle. Anargya, you've raised your hand.
Anurga.
Yes, ma'am, I had a question. So a lot of teenagers nowadays, their study material is basically online. So how do we regulate screen time then if we are studying online and using devices?
Very valid question, Aragya. And many teenagers are struggling because because of the online material available, you have to use screen. What I suggest, as long as possible, you plan your screen time. Like what my son is studying in 11th. So whatever study plans you are having, you know that this 1 hour, 2 hour of study of mine is going to be with screen. So fix that time and keep that time away from your shifting hormones time. Like morning time, there is shift in the hormones. So morning time, don't use screen. Late night, evening and late night, don't use screen. So whichever screen related study you want to do, fix that time to a specific schedule. Then your brain is ready, your body knows कि this is my time, which is my screen time window. Sir, for that body also, it becomes easy to adjust to that timetable. If it is erratic that kabhi maine 11 o'clock I'm doing my study on my phone, sometimes 5 a.m. I'm doing study on my phone. So these kind of things are definitely going to help your concentration, your focus, your attention. If your brain is a very intelligent part. I always tell 10 to 24 is the most brilliant brain in the whole lifespan of human. 10 to 24 is the best brain. So if the way you train it, that is going to help you. So if whenever you are studying with screen, keep a schedule that this is the time when I will finish whatever study is there with gadgets. And the rest of you can take printouts, you have to find solutions because certain things are not in our hands, like if how the schools work or how the tuitions are providing material. So what I am doing is we are taking printouts of that material, so that is something which we can do.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
The age-old way of learning is still, very much in vogue. We don't need Kindle and we don't need tabs for everything.
Absolutely.
Reading is an amazing hobby. Most of you, I'm sure once you start reading, you're going to get addicted to it, and
Absolutely.
it's a good addiction also.
And it's scientifically proven recently that the study only with written material is the real study. Whatever you are studying with your gadgets, your tabs, that's not helping your brain. And there is lot of research on this. So this is something you all should remember.
Great.
Any more questions, Samug? No, na?
No. I think
Yeah.
if we can request the audience they can switch on their videos, we'll take a nice group photo.
Yeah.
If it's possible for people to on their
We
videos.
request everyone, please switch on the video.
I'll just take a pic. So we need all cheesy smiles without the actual cheese. Great. Thank you so much, all of you, for a wonderful session. And
Okay.
thank you so much, Kalyani, for amazing moderation and for amazing questions.
I think today's session was extremely valuable because we heard the real voices. And we still discuss diet, we still discuss exercise, but we discuss more about confidence, support, encouragement, and creating a healthy environment. I think these all things are going to go long way when it comes to managing obesity in children. And we have Dr. Pallavi Khare, ma'am. She is treasurer of AHA Navi Mumbai. Pallavi, ma'am.
Pallavi ma'am, if you're there, please say a few words.
Pallavi, ma'am.
I can't see.
Yeah, I can't see her.
She had joined. Okay, fine.
Dr. Mangai, your inputs.
Yes.
It was a wonderful session and beautifully conducted by Kalyani and Dr. Mok. The kids' participation was exceptional. They spoke from the heart, and it was really enlightening for us to speak a few more points on how to take this forward with this new generation. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Mok. Thank you, Kalyani.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you to our wonderful
I think
Panel?
somebody wants to speak. They are not able to unmute iPhone.
Okay,
iPhone.
okay. हाँ, अभी कर दिया.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Yes.
हाँ,
Can you all
Pallavi,
hear
sorry,
me?
मैम आपका
Yes.
नाम नहीं नजर आ रहा था.
Yeah,
Okay.
your name is not visible, ma'am.
My name is not visible. I have changed. My phone got damaged during the last semi-final. Somebody
Okay.
threw my phone away in the air and I had to just
Pallavi ma'am.
throw
Yes.
it away. So it
Okay,
was
ma'am.
a excellent session, and kudos to you both for conducting such a a lucid, very teen friendly, very kids friendly session. I appreciate all your questions. I appreciate the answers given by the all our children. Such a maturity shown at this age is exemplary. I can really take it with me that maybe when we were kids, we were not knowing all these things. But thanks to you both, thanks to Navi Mumbai AHA, we can say we can spread by about word of mouth by such sessions amongst the kids the values of healthy life and values of what they can spread in their groups to get India out or away from all the non-communicable diseases which we will be facing in future. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone, for joining.
Thank
That
you,
was a
kids. You
wonderful
can have a
session.
treat tonight with your parents.
Yes, yes.
You can have a hearty treat. We won't ask you what you're going to have. Today is a cheat day. Okay, thank you very much.
Chalo,
Thank you so
okay.
much.
Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye.